Hey guys, it's Jason. And I got another topic I want to bring up and want to educate the populace about. The U.S. Senate, there's a subcommittee in the U.S. Senate, and they're currently discussing Bitcoin. Well, officially it's digital currencies, but we all know it's really about Bitcoin, right? And all the altcoins. Now, normally this would worry people. They would look at the situation and say, well, usually governments do not favor digital currencies. They usually don't favor this type of system because of things that have happened in it. The Silk Road, money laundering, drug trade, those sources. But this is remarkable. I've watched the live thing for about an hour now, and I've really been intrigued by the panels they bring on, by the senators and their questions. And honestly, it's a very positive, uplifting thing about Bitcoin. They don't mention Bitcoin very often. They mention these digital currencies, and they mention exchanges that we've all heard of. They've mentioned the Silk Road, many services that are provided by Bitcoin or digital currencies. But in reality, it's on Bitcoin. This is going to raise the price exponentially. And here's why. Basically, the Senate, the subcommittee inside the Senate, is saying that, their questions are very detailed. They're very persistent with questioning. And the panel of people they brought on are very intelligent beings. They're very good at what they're doing. They're very well informed. And I believe very easily they can persuade the senators on the subcommittee panel, which will move on to influence those in the Senate and as well as the House's all government, offices, I guess you could say. And I think we're going to see this really affect Bitcoin. There was a comment, and they were asked the lady, the senator said, well, do you think these services are leaving to other countries because of less regulation? How can we keep those services here? Which instantly makes me so happy. It says these senators, who ended up being a Democrat, was very concerned about keeping services here, keeping the innovation inside the United States. And that means that he is willing to adjust legislation to conform to Bitcoin, if Bitcoin's willing to do that. And that is extremely important. If you want Bitcoin to succeed, if you want it to break $10,000 of Bitcoin, you want it to be the biggest thing since sliced bread, you need the government on your side. And to have this subcommittee and this intelligent board of people talking really shows me that Bitcoin's going somewhere. Back to when they were interviewing the top Bitcoin people for the CIA, and they were having all these investigations to when they were with the FBI, and now to an entire government body and devoted to an entire live subcommittee is amazing. Right now we're looking at like $675 with Bitcoin price. When this subcommittee meetings get over, and whether it goes for a few days or however it goes, it basically, even if Bitcoin's price doesn't reflect that, we now have a concrete standard saying Bitcoin is here to stay. It's accepted. And we want to keep the businesses, we want to keep the investing here and keep those regulations open. Everyone in Bitcoin, I would like to think that 90% of people realize that you can't get away with not paying taxes with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just a way, people consider it another currency, some people consider it a commodity, whatever we end up being in it. It is something that is very important to our society right now. And the way that the subcommittees are, listening to them and listening to both sides, I have a very positive outtake that not only is this going to directly affect the Bitcoin price exponentially, but it is going to bring safe, calm weather, if that's a good analogy, to Bitcoin. It kind of shows, and by listening to the panel, that Bitcoin isn't all just drugs and money laundering. It is honest people looking for an honest honest capital gain, honest investment fund or some way to invest, and they see the potential amazement that Bitcoin can give to society by this distributed peer network and trading money without having to go through all these different outlets. And if we can conform our laws in Bitcoin together to make that work together, it's remarkable. You'll see something like you've never seen before. And I think this is a very positive thing. I think this is going to end up being very extremely positive. Everyone I've talked to on the forums, the chats, they agree. Everyone in Bitcoin kind of has this agreement. So Bitcoin's on its way to get legalized, I believe. Even though I assume, in my personal opinion, Bitcoin's already legal. That statute of legality is really starting to take form and become more concrete, which is just amazing. I mean, this is going to soar Bitcoin well beyond what we could ever have predicted before this time. And kudos out to those senators who took the lead and said, this is something we need to investigate. This is something we need to bring up to the committee and then bring up to the Senate and the rest of the government. So get ready for our Bitcoin price increase, I believe, and get ready for more people to learn about Bitcoin. And let's hope everyone has a great day.